How do buyers decide what price they're prepared to pay on a given day? And how do they assess risk when committing to buy grain?
I'd say a good seller is somebody who you can rely on. Once you've done the deal, you want to know that the person you're buying from will, execute the deal with you. I.e., we put transport through to them. They will load it when we want them to load it. The grain is all good quality and goes into the home without any hassle. That's the perfect deal. Things go wrong, and that they will be a bit flexible, and we are flexible with them. And then we will execute the business and pay them on time. The price is determined by, futures is the basics of the market, and each home you go to will have trading at a premium to those futures. I would know my book, so if I've got homes in somewhere in Somerset or homes up to the northwest, and I need to meet for next week, I'm going to make sure that I pay for it to get it bought and from somebody who I can rely on to execute the business. So the price is, against the way the market is on the day, but also we reflect my book. Usually one would have sales made that you want to buy the grain against to execute it. And if it's a good seller, you'd make sure that you buy it from him rather than somebody who you couldn't rely on. The end user is usually covering his order book. He doesn't want to be exposed to that price risk and that lack of cover for any longer than he needs to, because he's a flour miller. He's not a risk taker. He's not a commodity trader. So he will come on to us and say, do you want to do 1,000 tonnes a month? That would be too much. But we might say, well, we'll do 10 loads a month, i.e. 290 tonnes a month, or we might do 500 tonnes a month, and we'd find a way how to cover it. We would go to some of our reliable sellers, farmer traders who are forward thinking and say, look, we've just done this business into a particular mill. Tell them, how about doing 2 loads a month, or do you want to do 300 tonnes or whatever to start, so we can start covering that business. We can take some margin, obviously, and they lock in themselves into a good market, into a good home. So they want to buy from a trader that they know is going to deliver. They don't want to buy it from a trader who's just somebody who always is the risk taker and then doesn't actually deliver on the day. It's that whole link the whole way through. So we want to have somebody who can load. We want to have a haulier that will take it there, and the home will tip it on it's good quality grain. Currently, obviously, prices are very close to, if not below, cost of production, and that's hurting, and it's hurting a lot. When prices are very high, farmers make more money, we make more money. And when prices are low like now, and when the market is flat, it's extremely difficult for anybody and everybody to make any money out of this current market, because everybody's bidding the same price. Some traders will have forward sales that they're still possibly still prepared to pay a little bit extra to get those sales locked in, which will have a good margin. Sampling is absolutely critical. Farmers have got much better at sampling their own grain, particularly straight off the trailers, making bins, taking some big bulk samples and making them very well mixed, so that you know what you're getting, rather than just poking a sample pole into the top of a 10 metre high heap when you're only sampling the first 2 metres, and there could be all sorts of things underneath. And obviously then making sure that grain is looked after well in store. But at the end of the day, if the fundamentals of the market as they are currently at the moment, if you want 160 or whatever it is, the local market, you can take that price today, or you can take that price in May. It could even be worse if there's a clear out. And certainly I'm in the south of England, but the wheat crops look absolutely magnificent this year. Absolutely magnificent. And if they come to a fruition of a really big harvest, nobody's going to want to have old crop left at the end of this current market, and people are going to be looking to start to market the 26 crop, but I suspect people haven't sold very much forward for 26, and that's going to be quite a problem.